So hey Steph.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is early in the
I'm
morning.
Steph.
You're Steph, I'm
Yes.
Jonathan. Nice to
Hi.
meet you. We heard some really rave reviews about your studio, so we thought we'd do an interview.
Thanks.
This is for a magazine that is unnamed yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But
I like unnamed things.
yeah, we heard something about your braid contest
Yeah.
and being nominated, and your mom voted for you 133 times.
I wish you did.
So we're doing this series called Holy Shift, and we're trying to ask questions that help us figure out how faith and work kind of connect. And so we thought we'd ask you, because you are a hairdresser extraordinaire.
Thank you.
And number one is, how did you get into hair?
Okay. Well, you mean professionally or just in general?
Well, in general, we know you were born and hair grew on your head initially.
So I colored my hair when I was 12.
Oh, nice.
That was the first time I did it. My parents didn't know.
What color was it?
It was blonde, but it was a box blonde. And it was bad. Kind of after that, I just kind of fell in love with like playing with my hair, and so I started cutting my family's hair and my friends' hair, and I think I was maybe like 14 doing everybody's hair.
You were?
Yeah.
Really? And
it wasn't very good back then, but they let me do it.
Yeah, but people let you do it. Did they pay you?
No. No.
Oh, they didn't pay you.
It took a long time for me to get paid for what I do.
Okay. So like, there was that one haircut when they were done. They're like, I think I need to pay you for this.
Maybe. Or more like, I think you need to pay me for this.
Steph's hair is different every 2 weeks?
Possibly.
Maybe every month?
Not that often.
Maybe every month?
Maybe every like 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. And she will test the waters on some really cool colors.
I do. I experiment with my hair.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Which is nice.
And I do it for a purpose too, not just because like sometimes I like to try new products, and
of course
I figure it's better on me.
You should try it on you first.
Someone else, yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to go purple, and she said, I'm going to try it first on my hair, and if it works,
because
we'll do it
similar.
We'll do it on yours, John.
And then professionally, Mike, I quit my job. I was just working an office job. I studied piano in university, and then decided
we can't say just in this, just office job or just whatever.
Oh,
because
yeah,
in this series, every job is important.
I say
but I know what you mean.
I even say just a stay-at-home mom, and yet I know that's more work than me being in here. But it was, for me, it was just an office job. It was an in-between job, and I quit my job just before we got married. And we were on our honeymoon, and I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do next? And he literally said, why don't you do hair? And it was like a light bulb, like, oh yeah.
Okay, so what do you absolutely love about your job?
I love pretty much everything about my job.
Oh, okay.
I love hair in general. I'm a big hair nerd, so everything about hair fascinates me. Why it grows, why it doesn't grow. The colors, how you can manipulate it, and what it means to people too, right? Because I think hair can either mean nothing to some people, or it can be everything. So I love that.
That's cool. And what do you like? You're working with people.
I love people.
There's a lot of conversations that happen in this booth, right, in the studio. So
if walls could talk, right?
If walls could talk, you guys would hear my life story. I get my hair cut here too. So what about that side of it? What do you love about that?
Well, I like being a part of people's lives, and I think that I get a lot of people coming in, and they trust me enough to talk to me.
Yeah.
And it could be the first time I've done their hair, and they tell me things that I'm sure they might not have told their best friend.
Yeah.
So I like being a sounding board for people. I'm a middle child, so I'm a mediator. I like listening. I like, I can't solve people's problems, but I can...
You can listen.
I can listen.
That's good.
Yeah.
Actually, you think it's the mirror? You think when people see themselves, and then you're behind them, there's this like...
They have to reflect everything.
I'm going to talk to this person.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's a very intimate setting, right?
Yeah, but I think you make it really comfortable for people, so that's
I try to make it a safe place. Like anybody's welcome, and anybody, you don't have to have good hair. You don't have to have...
I come, look at my hair. It's going.
You have great hair.
Thank you. She's really encouraging, actually. She'll tell me that I actually have...
He does. John has great hair.
Bad.
Look at that hair.
Look at this. It's amazing. Yeah.
I feel like my faith is involved in everything that I do in here because I'm serving people, right? Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm it's an act of service when I wash people's hair and I brush their hair and I clean their hair and I color their hair. Like I sweep up their hair after. I mean, I serve them and I'm serving myself at the same time. But I don't talk about my faith with a lot of my clients or friends or whatever you want to call it. Because I feel like for some people that's an invasion on their private space. And so unless they approach me about it, then I'm open about everything I believe in and how I live my life and whatnot. But I don't push it on people because I hear a lot of people talking to me about how they've been pushed and hurt. And hurt. The moment that you push your faith on somebody, it immediately either draws them in further or pushes them away. And I feel like if I leave it up to them to bring it up with me, then I'm leaving the door open for them to come and go more often. The more I build that relationship, the more they can hopefully see the way I live my life.
You see it more in your serving, though.
Absolutely.
In that sense, because you're taking care of someone, and that's what we're trying to get at in this series as well. This is not a series on evangelism. This is a series on seeing that whatever we're doing, we actually feel like God's in the middle of it. Not because we're talking about Him, not because, as another interview said, not because we're giving somebody a Bible. That's not the reason at all. It's
imagine if I had a stack.
Imagine if you did. Some people wouldn't come back.
They wouldn't.
Exactly.
And what if that one person that you sent away because of that was the one that would come back a few times and then start to ask questions, right?
That's really cool, you don't want to mess that up. It's too important.
Yeah.
But how do you feel that sense of calling to what you do as a hairdresser? Because that's, some people will be like, it's a hairdresser. How can you feel called to that? Well, you can. I think you can. Yeah.
It's interesting getting into this as a career. I've learned a lot of people's opinions of hairdressers. But to me, there's so much more to it. Like, it's a creative outlet for me. It's, I get to be involved in people's lives. I see some of my clients more often than my best friend. Like, I don't know. I'm really passionate about what I do. I really love it.
This was a lot of fun. Thanks, Steph Crofts,
Thanks for coming in.
Letting us into your studio today. And have fun cutting hair the rest of the day.
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace and love.
Okay, bye.
And recycle.
And recycle.